Everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Kat, also known as Delilah Shines, and today I wanted to share with you a realization that I had a long time ago, about 4 years ago now, and that realization was about the direct connection between what we are consuming, what we're eating mainly, and how we feel and what we think, okay? So as many of you already know, and I've talked about this in other videos kind of, but we are energetic beings, okay? And of course, everything around us is energy too. Many of you may already know that. But for a long time in my life, I did not know that. And I always heard the saying, you are what you eat, but I never really understood what that truly meant. I usually would think it meant something along the lines of, if you ate donuts, then you'll become shaped like a donut, okay? But it's more than just being obese, okay? It goes way deeper than that. You are what you eat means in an energetic sense too. So it's really important for us to be able to make a connection, and such a deep connection that we are able to see frequency, okay? Frequency, just as we do on our spiritual paths in each other, okay? We all are basically on the same page when it comes to like positivity and raising vibrations, okay? That's what consciousness is, raising the vibration, raising your consciousness, your awareness, okay? When you raise your vibration and you start vibrating faster, you're doing just that. You're vibrating faster, so it's bringing you up, okay? So a lot of people, you know, are willing to say it's actually bringing us down, and that's an illusion, but that's not what I'm here to get into today. My point, though, is that we can all agree, raising vibrations is raising consciousness, bringing us closer to this peaceful, blissful state that we would like to be, okay? And happiness, okay? What is happiness? Happiness, even science has proven that when you're happy, you have higher vibrations, okay? You give off a higher frequency. When you are sad or down or mad, you give off, or stressed out, you give off a low vibration. So it only makes sense that what you're eating would have a vibration as well, right? Especially if what you're eating comes from a once living creature. Now, this is what I really want to talk about. I'm going to try to keep this video short because this topic I could go on and on. But I think the best way to really describe it is through energy, okay? So a lot of us, we may experience depression and anxiety, and I myself have experienced depression and anxiety and PTSD, which, if you didn't know, is post-traumatic stress disorder. And for a long time in my life, of course I had, gone through traumatization when I was especially like a little girl. However, even after, healing all of that, even after making lots of changes in my life that, led me to feel a million times better and healed, I still struggled with depression. And I could never figure out where this anxiety and depression was coming from. That is until 4 years ago when I finally had the huge realization about what I was eating, okay? So like I said, the saying, you are what you eat, it's very deep, okay? So we have to be able to make a connection about where our food is coming from before it is on our plate. Now, I love this saying. It's so beautiful and it's true. Peace begins on your plate. Now, if you think of it this way. So if what you are consuming is energy, and it's been proven that science has proven, like, vegetables and fruits and nature itself has a high frequency, okay? It's coming directly from the earth, from Mother Earth, from Gaia, whichever you choose to call this beautiful planet that we are a part of. When you are eating those foods, okay, you have a lot more energy, okay? Your skin looks better, your hair looks better, you feel better, you think clearer, okay? You're eating high vibrational foods. Now, if you are someone who eats animal products, then you may experience depression and feeling dense and low. Like, have you ever eaten a big Thanksgiving turkey and then you felt like you just wanted to pass out? Or even if you eat like a ham sandwich, you feel like you just want to pass out after. Well, it's because what we are eating is energy. So if we're eating the product of a dead being, death is a low vibration as it is. Now, we can go in deeper to say the animal or the life that animal lived before it became dead, you know, impacts its meat too, because what does anxiety and stress do? It sits in the body. It sits in our physical body. And if you are consuming the flesh of a creature who is stressed out, obviously, these animals don't want to die. They want their lives. They want their children. If you are eating the flesh of that animal that didn't want to die, you will become stressed. If you are drinking milk that is supposed to be for a baby cow, that a mother, had to be separated from her baby cow just so that she could give her milk to you, she's stressed. These cows cry. They want their babies, okay? So what happens to our milk, just like cows, okay, is right now I breastfeed, and if I was to be stressed out, it would affect my milk, not only how much milk that I'm able to produce, but it would also affect the vibration of my milk. So my baby would be more likely to be stressed out if I was stressed out by feeding from me. So if we are, consuming these products, eggs too, if we're consuming eggs, which are, basically chicken periods. Now, I know a lot of people who have a hard time understanding this because they say, well, I thought, eggs were like baby chicks that, just didn't, you know, end up growing or something. Well, absolutely, you're right. It would have been a baby chick, just like we produce eggs as human beings. Females produce eggs all the time. And then we have a menstrual cycle and we can't see it, but we shed our walls. We get rid of all of this that we don't need within us, okay? It's a way that our body cleans itself as well. Just like female humans, every other animal does this. And chickens are, they just happen to have a very literal egg. So like we don't hatch eggs, but they have a very literal egg. And those eggs that they hatch that don't have chicks in them, it's not a chick. It would have been a chick if, it had the other end that it needed for it to become a chick. However, it was just a menstrual cycle. It was just a clearing of the chicken's system. It's a way for the chicken's body to cleanse itself. So why, it really doesn't make any sense that, an animal would literally be getting rid of this out of its body and then we would be consuming it. So taking in consideration like where our food comes from on a very energetic level is important. Okay, now I know there's a lot of people out there who are really confused in the spiritual community, especially when it comes to vibration and what we're eating, because there's so much spotlight that's shined on doing whatever makes you happy, and just not worrying about anything, and all of that is, it's very important to be happy. It's very important to not have to worry about anything. Worrying doesn't solve anything. So that's not what I'm saying to do. But I am offering you guys a direct solution, something that you can do, that you can actually do to change your life, okay? Change your vibration, change your mindset, and also, take back your power, because by eating these things and lowering our vibration, we're more apt to attract things that we don't want in our life, okay? And experience negative, traumatizing things, okay? It's all connected. So, going back to like what I just said, we have been, taught in society that, eating these products our normal. And so we've been doing it for so long that we've actually become addicted to it, okay? Because like I said, these animals are not only like pumped with hormones because they need to make sure that they produce, milk faster, eggs faster, and, they want, a certain type of meat. So they need to like basically, while the animal is still alive, they need to, alter its, form in some way to satisfy our taste afterwards. Okay. And so we actually, and they also produce their own hormones, which every human produces hormones as well. So every creature naturally produces hormones. So when we are eating when we're eating not only the injected hormones, but the natural hormones, that are in like dairy milk, for example, to keep the baby feeding. When we're consuming this, especially at the levels that we do, we become addicted and don't even know it. So like a lot of people, they'll say, oh, I'm craving this, or like they'll think that they're craving a steak, or they'll say, oh, I know that I'm, low in protein because I'm really craving a steak right now, or I know I need calcium because I really need my milk right now. And in all actuality, they don't realize that they are addicted to these products because they've had them their whole life, just like I did. And it's not until you actually detox that you really realize like it's not healthy. Okay. So, and that does happen. Like when you decide to take out these products from your life, you end up detoxing. Okay. You can get, sick and feel like, feverish and dizzy and like all different types of things because you're withdrawing from the drugs, from the hormones, from, these hormones that are pumped into these creatures and then we consume. So, just to, put that whole in a whole new perspective for you guys. Now, there is more to being vegan, okay? There's a difference between adopting a plant-based diet and being a vegan, and I'm just gonna, explain that to you guys, and then I'll end the video there, and I'll let you guys tell me if you're interested in hearing more about veganism. If you decide that you want to try out a vegan diet, and if you do, I am your go-to person. I've been a vegan now for almost 5 years, and it has changed my life. So, what is the difference between being a vegan and having a plant-based lifestyle? So, a plant-based diet is someone who cuts out, like doesn't eat or consume any animal products, okay? And that's basically it. A vegan is someone, however, that not only do they, usually when someone goes plant-based, it's for their health. They don't really care about the animals or the environment. They're just more concerned about their health, which is, it's great. It's wonderful in itself. But there is the other side. So like vegans are people who change their whole lifestyle completely, okay? We, not only do we, stop consuming these animal products because we realize what it's doing to our health, but because we're able to see energy and how it affects us in all ways, because no matter what how you're consuming something, it's still energy. So like what you're listening to, what you're buying, okay? Things that we purchase, we're using money, which is currency, and that is, still creating this like connection to, wherever it's coming from. So to explain further, like we don't wear leather, okay? So because we obviously wouldn't want to support an animal dying just for us to wear a jacket when we don't need to do that. We also do not go to circuses because we know that those animals are not happy doing that they have to be harmed most of the time in order to like, learn the trick or, be forced to do these things. And then, if you pay attention, to zoos and the psychology of animals, which is something that I'm really passionate about, which a lot of people don't even know exists, that animals feel the same things we feel. So they also develop like PTSD and anxiety and depression. And so they do certain things. So like elephants in the zoos and in the circuses will sway back and forth to comfort themselves, right? And, certain birds will like peck out their feathers, okay? There will be, other animals who will charge at walls, okay, and just hurt themselves. And this happens because they are confined and they are not in their natural habitat. And just like any creature, just like if we were not in our natural habitat, which we're not, nature is our natural habitat, and that's another reason why a lot of us get stressed out, is because we're like inside all day. We're not connecting to our natural habitat. What happens when you take anything out of its natural habitat? Even if you put it in a false, almost like your natural habitat, it's not the same. It's not going to feel the same. The vibration is different. It's not natural. Okay. So basically, you see that like you are energetically connected to everything that you are choosing to be a part of, even if you're unconscious of it. So that's just a whole new perspective on things. I hope this video helped you guys. Please comment below and let me know what you think. If you want to hear more about veganism, that's great. I know I didn't really cover that too much, but really I just wanted to offer you guys a whole new perspective on, taking these products out of, your diet, because it's not just about the animals suffering, and it's not just about the world literally being destroyed by animal agriculture. It's also for our health, and not just so we don't clog our arteries and stuff like that. It's really energetically, energy is the first aspect of our health. If you look into the core of everything, is energy first. So, it really, what we're eating, what we're consuming on all levels, really, but especially food, is going to impact our thoughts. Okay. So I love you all. Thank you for watching. And, I challenge you to go vegan for at least a week. Try it out.